Once upon a time, in a small corner of the universe, there lived a little prince on a tiny asteroid named B612. This little prince, with his golden hair and bright blue eyes, was not like any other child on Earth. He was a visitor from a distant world, sent to teach a profound lesson about the importance of seeing the world through a child's eyes and valuing human connections. The little prince was born on his lonely asteroid, where he spent his days caring for his beloved Rose. The Rose was his most cherished companion, and he loved her deeply. But as time passed, he began to feel lonely and wanted to explore the universe. With a sense of adventure in his heart, he set off on his tiny spacecraft to travel from planet to planet. On his journey, the little prince encountered many strange and fascinating inhabitants. There was the king, who claimed to rule the entire universe, but had no subjects to govern. The little prince learned from him that power meant nothing without a purpose. Then he met the vain man, who constantly sought admiration and praise from others. The little prince taught him that true self-worth comes from within, and that it is more important to appreciate oneself than to seek validation from others. Next, he visited the drunkard, who drank to forget his shame. The little prince realized that escaping one's problems with intoxication only numbed the pain temporarily, and that facing one's feelings was a more courageous path. He encountered the lamplighter, who tirelessly lit and extinguished a never-ending row of street lamps on a tiny planet. The little prince understood that some people were stuck in routines that offered no real purpose, and that they needed to break free. On his journey, he met a geographer who could describe the locations of countless places but had never actually visited any of them. The little prince realized that true knowledge came from experiencing the world firsthand and forming connections with the people and places in it. One day, the little prince arrived on Earth, where he met a pilot who had crash-landed in the Sahara Desert. The pilot at first was skeptical of the little prince's tales of other worlds. However, as the little prince shared his stories and wisdom, the pilot began to see the world through a child's eyes once again. He remembered the importance of imagination, wonder, and the simple joy of connecting with others. As the little prince shared his stories, he longed to return to his tiny asteroid and his beloved Rose. He realized that the most valuable treasure in the universe was not found on any planet, but in the human connections he had made along the way. In the end, the little prince's journey taught us all the importance of seeing the world through the eyes of a child with wonder, curiosity, and an open heart. His story reminds us to value human connections above all else, for it is through these connections that we truly understand the beauty and meaning of life in this vast and wondrous universe. And so, the little prince's story continues to inspire generations to look beyond the surface, appreciate the simple joys of life, and treasure the bonds we form with one another.